How many women here have gotten the HPV vaccine when they were young? If you were told you needed this vaccine at the age of 12, would you get it? What if you were told receiving this vaccine at the age of 12 was a requirement in the state of PA for various medical concerning reasons? Then would you? Several of us most likely have not received the HPV vaccine or have not received this vaccine until after the age of 12. Some may argue against this with no understanding of the importance of the specific vaccine and the possible negative effects further down the line if not received between the ages of 9 and 12. We may not think there should be a specific age to get the HPV vaccine, believing that age does not play a role in the effectiveness of the vaccine. We may feel as if we are entitled to make the decision whether to receive the HPV vaccine or not, or whether to have our daughters receive it before the age of 12. However, about 79 million Americans are currently infected with HPV. About 14 million people become newly infected each year. HPV is so common that almost every person who is sexually active will get HPV at some time in their life if they do not get the HPV vaccine. There are several different reasons as to why the HPV vaccine is so crucial and beneficial to receive at the age of 12 as a requirement of PA. While researching this topic, I became well educated about the ambitions of this proposal and the various controversies promoting it, in addition to the controversies opposing it. There are a wide range of people that agree with this proposal and a large range of people that disagree. This includes the CDC, parents, and even young girls themselves. Having received the HPV vaccine and being educated on the importance of it, I am knowledgeable as to why this requirement should be put in place for 12-year-old girls. Today, I'm going to inform you about the increase in sexual activity at a young age in today's society, provide you with knowledge as to what the HPV vaccine prevents other than the infection and its effectiveness when received at or before the age of 12, display various people's beliefs for and opposed to this proposal, and how this all comes together to explain why the state of Pennsylvania should make the HPV vaccine a requirement for 12-year-old girls. Before we delve into implementing this proposal, it is tremendously important to understand the analysis of this proposal. Many young girls are becoming sexually active at much younger ages and are put at a much higher risk of getting the HPV infection due to not receiving the HPV vaccine between the ages of 9 and 12 as recommended. Young girls tend to become sexually active by the time they hit high school. The share of high school students who are sexually active has fluctuated since 1991, ranging from 30 to 38%. The increase in sexual activity among young girls puts them at risk for HPV infection if they have not received the HPV vaccine. You can get HPV by having vaginal, anal, or oral sex with someone who has the virus. It is most commonly spread during vaginal or anal sex. HPV can be passed even when an infected person has no signs or symptoms. The risk of HPV is much higher for those that are sexually active. The findings support the recommendation to administer the HPV vaccine to girls ages 11 and 12 before many become sexually active. However, doctors and parents should not delay the HPV vaccination because a teen is not sexually active. There are various research studies that determine that although HPV is commonly spread through sexual intercourse, girls are still at risk of getting the HPV infection without sexual intercourse. A research study consisting of teen girls and young women showed that 11.6% of those who had never had sexual intercourse were infected with at least one strain of HPV. An assistant professor of pediatrics at Cincinnati Children's Hospital stated that even before kids have intercourse, they are being exposed to HPV. HPV is a sexually transmitted disease that is most commonly passed between people during vaginal or anal intercourse, but it can also be transmitted through genital to genital or hand to genital contact, making this vaccine even more important to receive at a young age. Cancer and possible long-term illnesses are a tremendously scary topic for anyone. People receive vaccines like the HPV to stay healthy now and in the future. Wouldn't you? Administering the HPV vaccine to young teen girls at the age of 12 is crucial to the effectiveness of the vaccine in preventing the HPV infection, but also in preventing various forms of cancer. Researchers have noticed that the later the HPV vaccine is received, the less effective the vaccine becomes. Some studies have shown that once someone is infected with HPV, the vaccine might not be as effective or might not work as well. Although response to the vaccine is better at younger ages than it is in older ages, the vaccine is more effective between the ages of 11 and 12. When the vaccine is received years later, it becomes less effective to those of which have been exposed to HPV through skin-to-skin contact. The HPV vaccine is known in preventing the HPV infection, but also preventing various forms of cancer if administered to girls between the ages of 9 and 12. HPV is also known to prevent cancers that the infection itself can cause. This vaccine can prevent most cases of cervical cancer if given before a girl or woman is exposed to the virus. In addition, this vaccine can prevent vaginal and vulvar cancer in women and prevent genital warts and anal cancer in women. The HPV virus can cause 6 different types of cancer: cervical cancer, cervical orphangeal cancer, anal cancer, vulvar and vaginal cancer, and penile cancer. HPV vaccination could prevent more than 90% of cancers caused by HPV, estimated to be 33,000 cases every year from ever developing. Although the HPV vaccine has been around for years and supported by many, there are many people that argue against this vaccine becoming age mandatory. Majority of people argue that HPV vaccine is very safe and very effective in preventing and protecting young children, teens, and adults from the HPV infection and diseases associated with HPV. However, there are minimal groups of people that are against the administration of the HPV vaccine. The various people that agree with this proposal believe the HPV vaccine will prevent teens and adolescent girls from various forms of HPV and the different types of cancer that can be caused by HPV. A public health consultant stated that while the vaccine doesn't protect against all strains of HPV, it does protect against the strains most likely to cause cancer. A healthcare contributor clarified that prior to being released, the HPV vaccine was tested on more than 20,000 girls and 4,000 boys in 18 different countries. Those trials found the vaccine to be almost 100% effective at preventing cervical cell abnormalities in girls and 90% effective against 4 HPV types. The minimal group of people that disagree with this proposal are those that believe the HPV vaccine encourages sexual activity and are afraid the possible and very rare side effects after receiving the vaccine. One commentator states that parents don't consent to the vaccine because they don't want their kids to think they are encouraging them to have sex. Parents fear that this vaccination is giving them permission to engage in sexual activity. Another commentator states the HPV vaccine can cause potential side effects. Some people are also concerned that the HPV vaccine may have serious side effects or long-term impacts such as infertility. Providing our society with more information regarding the importance of making the HPV vaccine mandatory for 12-year-old girls has been a significant matter of public concern. However, many people have their negative and false beliefs about this vaccine, but more crucial and knowledgeable information regarding this proposal will disclose whether this proposal was prosperous or not. I hope that I helped you obtain some knowledge about the importance of the HPV vaccine due to the increase in sexual activity, the effectiveness in disease prevention, and the different views or groups people have on this topic controversy. As you have now learned a bit about why this proposal was bestowed and how it is much importance, I intend to describe further in my next speech about the probable prosperity of the HPV vaccine. Thank you.